Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I am talking to you about going to Marrakech. If you're thinking, if you're planning about going, go. Continue on that trajectory because you will have a beautiful, enchanting, just royal experience. However, plan because it gets mad. You can have the biggest culture shock if you're not prepared, if you don't know what to expect. But don't let what people say put you off, because it's a beautiful place. And I'm hoping this video will help you just feel a step ahead in your plan, in your intentions to visit Marrakech. Marrakech specifically because I've been to Casablanca, I've been to Marrakech twice now. Funny story, well, not funny story, but funny enough, the first time I went to Marrakech was June 2017, and we just so happened to go back again in June, but 2024. So yeah, definitely have tips and tricks, because the first time I went, I was caught by surprise. We were so scared. We stayed in our hotel predominantly, and the heat caught us by surprise as well. So we were hiding away from walking around because we were just ill prepared. I'm hoping you don't make the same mistakes as we did, and many other things. So this video is basically tips and tricks for you as you go to or plan to go to Marrakech. First on my list is cash. Money, baby. Cash is king in Marrakech. And the funny thing is, or the unique thing about Marrakech, is their currency is locked within Marrakech, so you cannot get it outside of I keep saying Marrakech. You cannot get it outside of Morocco. What this means is you need to take your currency. For me, it was pound sterling. When you arrive at the airport, then you do your exchange, and you don't need to worry about the rates. They typically operate to the same rates set by the government, I guess. And so you don't need to worry about trying to catch the best rate. And typically, yeah, like establishments will accept your card, but of course you will incur a fee, which you want to avoid. But sometimes it can't be helped. And I had several instances where it couldn't be helped. Another cool thing you can do is, if you're stuck for cash, talk to your hotel to put it on your bill, and then they give you cash, if that makes sense. So do cash back, as opposed to going outside to look for an exchange place. Let's say you've left the airport, you've finished the cash, you're taken out, you can talk to your hotel and they can help you out if you have that relationship with the people at the hotel and if you feel you can trust them. Right, speaking of hotels, speaking of relationship, it's really, really important you understand that 90%, there's a 90%, 95, I want to say 99, but me, let me mind my own business. There is a high chance, incredibly high chance, that your hotel is bumping you. They will try to bump you. So they will charge in euros, okay? And I get it. They're trying to level the playing field in the tourism industry. You're coming from abroad. They're trying to level it out, fine. However, they will charge you in euros, and they will charge you per person for pretty much everything. Taxi per person, camel rides per person. Okay, fine, that makes sense. But there's certain things that just don't make sense, particularly around transport. They charge you per person. Tour guide, they want to charge you per person. And it's just like, but why? For why? Why are you charging me per person for a taxi? Do you get what I mean? And it will be something like 20 euros per person. And that's a lot of money. That's like £15 per person to get in the same car. And it adds up. The first time I went to Marrakech, it was just me and my sister. This time around, it was me and all my sisters, of 4 of us. So you can imagine how quickly it adds up if you're being quoted 20 euros per person to get in the same taxi. And I get it, like a lot of times they're offering you a bespoke or a private a taxi or a private tour, or private excursion. And so obviously that's where the dollars are going, or the pounds are going towards, the fact that you're not as a big group with other people. Obviously going to and from the airport, pay it all, just pay, so that you can safely arrive and safely go. Because this is the thing, some things are worth cutting corners on and trying to like calculate, some things are just not. And the last thing you want is problems when you arrive and trying to get a taxi and being taken advantage of, or when you're trying to leave and then you miss your flight. Story, like going and coming, arrange with the hotel. Biggest recommendation, do it. And yes, you will get bumped, but it's your safety, it's your peace, right? Other things like excursions, things to do in Marrakech, things to do in Morocco. get you internet, get you your phone, and Google get your guide. Look on there, get your guide, and they will give you reasonable prices. For you to get the best service providers on Get Your Guide, you want to book in advance, because they do sell out, or they will accept your payment and cancel on the day or 24 hours before, which has happened. In terms of operating on Get Your Guide, you will make a payment for your booking and someone will send you a message on WhatsApp and communicate to you pickup times, locations, and stuff like that. But make sure you read, and if I were you, I'll just filter from the best review, to the top down. What I would recommend actually is, when you arrive, let the hotel let them pour that tea. They love tea. They will present, they'll bring it. They won't even ask you. It's just custom. You're greeted with tea. Let them talk to you about everything they can offer. Let them write out what it is it will cost. And then you say, we're going to go to our room and chill out for a bit, and then you compare and contrast, or go and take their list and go and look online to compare. And then what we did, we had so many things we wanted to do. We didn't do all of it because money, but we went from the highest thing we want to do down to the least thing that we can live without. That will inform what you decide to do and leave room for spontaneity as well. Okay, so when you're walking around, it gets a bit mad. There's motorbikes everywhere, just FYI. So they seem to have been trying to tell us to walk on the right side so that the motorbikes can go past. That works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. But the advice we kept getting is walk on the right side. The reason I'm smiling is because we followed that and it was still chaotic. But this is the thing, you just go with the flow and just be very friendly and just greet people and keep walking. Greet whilst walking, or don't stop, because they will want to just greet whilst you have gone. Like, let your hello be there and you are there. Speaking of walking around, don't be distracted by they can see you're obviously looking, you're walking, you're like trying to, they can see you're looking for where you're going. And a lot of people will come to you and tell you, this is where you're going. No, it's the wrong direction. It's this way. Oh no, it's closed. They will be so adamant. Like, I remember I was coming from Bacha Coffee. Bacha Coffee was like 6 minutes walk from our hotel. And I decided to go back to the hotel to get some money and then come back because of the waiting. That's another video. Bacha Coffee, the waiting time, boy, oh boy, you wait all. But anyway, first of all, the guy was like, it's me from your hotel. I did not recognize this man from nowhere, so you will get some of that. And then he was like, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Bacha Coffee. No, it's closed, you want to come? Basically, he was so adamant that it's closed, don't go, come this way instead. And I'm like, no, I've already got a ticket. This man still adamant, no, it's closed because it's Eid. It was Eid, we traveled around Eid. Oh no, it's closed. It's closed. No, we already have a ticket. I've got. And then he didn't even say. He kind of like dismissed me in a way that is like, this is not going anywhere. Let me try someone else, kind of thing. They will try so many tricks in the book. You be focused. I think the reason they do it is wherever they direct you to go, they get a commission. It's all a little system, and I get it. Hustle, get your money, but you be wise, be careful, have a plan. I'll post on my Instagram a little story, a little situation I witnessed before my eyes. I was getting my hair braided in the market square, because yes, you can do that. What an experience. And I was just people watching. I love people watching. The people with the monkeys. I saw Marrakech summarized in that whole situation. Anyway, that's a video. If you want to check it out, go and check out my Instagram, because I'll post it there. The great thing about Marrakech is it's very multilingual. So there's English, French, Portuguese, Spanish, and Arabic, and there's different dialects to Arabic as well. So I want to say whatever language you speak, you will be catered for. The guy who's looking after us at the hotel, he spoke 7 languages, which is super cool. So I say that to say, language is really not a barrier there. It's so cool. They seem to be very tourist ready to accept tourists, and in terms of safety, honestly, we would go. So when we would go out, our hotel person, the guy who would like serve us breakfast and dinner, because we had half board, he would walk us to the taxi, because obviously they arranged our taxis to go to and from places at nighttime, and he would walk us to the taxi to make sure obviously we get into the right taxi. We didn't experience anything that involved us feeling unsafe. I'm just saying that this time around, is to compared to 2017, I felt really safe. I felt really comfortable, so much so that we're going out at nighttime and walking back. Okay, money again, money. Whatever price they tell you in that market or in that shop, obviously not in a restaurant, don't go haggle prices on the menu. But like getting your henna done, whatever you're buying, that is like a, haggle, because it will go from 300 dirhams to 90 dirhams very quickly, trust me. Okay, what to wear? Your skin, your body, just you. You guys know. If you don't know, no. Me, I don't. Sunscreen, I think it's a scam. Personally, I just think it's a scam. But carry it. Take it with you, because you will look good. You shouldn't smell good from sunscreen, but you will look good. You look glowy, and yeah, you won't feel like you're burning, if that makes sense. I don't believe that's it working, or protection from the sun and blah blah blah, but whatever, that's a conversation for another day. Basically, take your sunscreen, take it, because it will help you just look good, feel good. Your polyester clothes, preserve them for nighttime, because you will sweat in places you never knew can produce sweat. It gets hot. Predominantly pack breathable clothes, your cottons, your silks, your linen, whatever material. Yeah, basically, because then you can breathe, okay, and let them be free and not tight. The only time I want to say kind of justifies or be comfortable with tight clothes is quad biking, but again, up to you. Speaking of safety, there's 24-hour police everywhere, and these policemen are so friendly. They are so friendly. If you can read the room and watch what's going on, you shouldn't feel unsafe. If you start to feel funny, just stay where there are people and keep walking and keep going until you see somebody official. I think the last thing on my list is, don't be put off by traveling at the beginning or in between or at the end there is like a public holiday like Eid, for example, because actually you get to witness. Marrakech can get very hectic. It gets very busy. So you actually experience it a bit more quiet. So if you're like me, taking content, my sister's taking pictures, it's beautiful to just take pictures and content of the streets empty. It's really, really amazing, and we got to witness that. That wasn't the Marrakech I remember from 2017, so it was really beautiful to see. We arrived on Sunday, so we were there for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 days, because Thursday we checked out and we went to the airport, but you can't really count that because she didn't really do much. So it was 4 full days basically. This is one video of many that I'll be making about Morocco. I want to make a video about the budget that I had for Morocco, so stay tuned or check that out in my series. Just in terms of like, what did we spend, how much did things cost, and what do you like, actual figures. I like to be transparent about those things because it gives you an idea if you're planning, if you're budgeting. This time it was a trip with 4 people, so it adds up. If you love travel content, check out my other videos. I want to focus on traveling Africa, and I've been to quite a few countries and I made videos about those. So yeah, check out the channel and subscribe if this kind of thing tickles your fancy. Otherwise, stay safe and I'll see you in the next one.